There's an ancient Chinese proverb that the communists in China have long abandoned. It says, no matter how the wind howls, the mountain will not bow to it. I'm about ready to illustrate hurricane-force leftists buffeting America's mountain of faith. The worldwide left has set its sights on destroying America's strengths by targeting our great pillars of law, prosperity, and faith. Faith and hope, weapons of a free people. That's our Good Friday message in today's preamble. Let's start with the pusher of lies. I'm not talking about old Screwtape. I'm talking about one of his disciples, whoever it is pulling Joe Biden's strings in the O'Biden regime. We all remember how Obama's team made a big show of rejecting everything Trump, including his plan for an orderly and responsible withdrawal from Afghanistan. As a result, Joe Biden and Obama's regime handed the United States the greatest foreign policy defeat in the modern era. Democrats did that. But yesterday, the Democrats tried to blame President Trump after they made a big show of saying they rejected every plan Trump made for Afghanistan. Instead, Team Biden claimed it was all Trump's fault, but also said they were proud of the mess they made. Joe Biden and those pulling his strings were proud of leaving thousands of American citizens and vetted Afghan allies behind. They were proud of leaving billions of dollars in weapons and equipment behind to arm the terrorist Taliban. They were proud of the needless deaths of 13 of our brave service members. And they were proud of abandoning Bagram Air Base and the restoration of the terrorists' control in Afghanistan. But we're not allowed to question them. You see, they're Democrats, and they answer to nobody. Just ask the biased press and Mitch McConnell. They'll tell you. While the Biden White House was rewriting history with lies, police arrested another lie. A would-be trans assassin, biological male who goes by Lily, though his given name is William Whitworth, was arrested and charged after a police investigation in Colorado Springs revealed that the 19-year-old was responsible for threats involving schools in Colorado Springs Academy District 20. Police discovered an anti-Trump manifesto targeting the president and others while echoing left-wing politicians, news and media types, describing President Trump as a, quote, con man. This in the wake of the horrific Nashville slaughter of 3 Christian children and 3 Christian adults by a trans killer who was a woman pretending to be a male. Real journalists noting the disturbing trend of mass shooters coming out of the left-wing trans community. Most biased press outlets refuse to analyze this trend. Some, like the Associated Press and Reuters, dismissing the facts altogether. But the Biden regime took the threat to a new level, making this claim in the wake of the horrific violence.
And so it is shameful, it is disturbing, and our hearts go out to the trans community as they are under attack right now.
Of course, another lie. In fact, Americans can be assured that if Biden or his new brain or anyone in his regime's mouth is moving, they are lying. Unlike the left, I, your liberty-loving Latino, justify my opinions. The trans community isn't under attack. They are victims, but not at the hands of those who oppose their fantasies. They are being used as cannon fodder by evil left-wingers, prompting them kind of like undercover agents did in the J6 riots to violence. Just yesterday, NCAA women's swimming star Riley Gaines was ambushed and reportedly hit by a man wearing a dress at San Francisco State University. She was there to give a speech about saving women's sports. Riley Gaines believes it's wrong to call biological men women. She also believes it's wrong to allow men to compete in women's sports, putting women in harm's way in some instances, and in other instances denying them opportunity to compete on a level playing field for scholarships. Video shows that Riley was violently accosted, shouted at, and physically assaulted, and had to be barricaded in a room to escape left-wing thugs who wish to do her harm because she refuses to accept their lies as truth. Now, sadly, our Supreme Court lacks a dedication to truth, fairness, and science. With only Justices Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas standing for women, the High Court ruled that a 12-year-old West Virginia male pretending to be a girl could continue competing on his middle school's girls' sports teams while a lawsuit over a state ban on the practice is litigated. In a now iconic performance on Star Trek: The Next Generation, Patrick Stewart's character, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, endured days of torture at the hands of a ruthless enemy. Through the episode, Picard was asked by his torturer, "How many lights do you see?" There were only 4 lights. But the torturer insisted there were 5 lights and inflicted immense pain on Captain Picard every time he told the truth. Our real-life history is replete with such sadism. And right now, our country is being put through a similar exercise. It's not about Joe Biden or the LGBTQ, ABCD, EFG cultural Marxists or the hate whitey racists getting their way. It's all about breaking you, making you agree to whatever they say just to make sure the torture can stop. Few have stopped to understand the results if the American left can make you reject reality. Make you say there are 5 lights instead of 4. Make you say that men can have babies. Make you say the best woman for the job is a man. And that's where our belief in God comes in. God is the ultimate truth. It's why the worldwide left and the Democrat Party have declared war on him. They've declared war on truth. You can see it all over Twitter. They seethe and spit his name because he defeats them simply by being. But you and I have that faith. We have that unshakable knowing, a knowing that in the end, evil loses and the light wins. That revelation makes them madder than hell, doesn't it? So you hold on to that strength. It can and will save us all.